Well, you don't need me to tell you, but I'll say it anyway. It's been hot over the past few days. And Storm Team 10 is now telling us that the mercury is only going to rise this weekend. In fact, the heat index, I call it the misery index, it could eclipse 100 degrees at times in parts of the area. WSLS 10's Jonathan Kegas is live out in that heat right now. So, Jonathan, how can people stay safe during this heat wave?
Yeah, you know, John, it's summer and it's supposed to be hot, but with that said, heat is the #1 related weather killer in the United States, and we're going to have a ton of that, as you just mentioned, and as Jeff and Christina have been talking about all week, coming at us over the next 5 or so days. So we're going to show you some tips, and I'm sure you're all aware of these, as we've also been mentioning that over the last couple of days. First of all, just a good idea to stay out of it. Stay in the air conditioning if you don't have to be outside. If you don't have it at home, the mall or movie theater, great spots to be. If you run or exercise outside, you already know this, in the morning or evening, it's the best time to do it. Is try to avoid that peak heating. Likely going to be uncomfortable still on both of those bookends, but nonetheless, we're getting out of that peak heating. That's the best opportunity there. Of course, even when it's not crazy hot out like it's going to be over the next couple of days, want to make sure you're putting on plenty of sunscreen. And of course, the big one, probably the most important one on this list, drink plenty of water. Even if you're staying inside, of course, definitely if you are outside. Roanoke Fire EMS typically see an uptick, as you may imagine, in heat-related calls during a stretch like the one we are expecting.
Absolutely. When it's going to be hot like this, pay attention to the weather, prepare accordingly. It's something that we see a lot in the street, people dealing with emergencies, doing outdoor activities. The ambulances certainly get a lot busier during those times.
And, of course, checking in on the elderly and helping your pets out. Those go without saying, too, in a heat wave like this. One thing Roanoke Fire EMS also wants to pass along, just pay attention, especially if you have kids. Drownings also up in a heat wave because a lot of folks taking their kids to the pools, and also be aware of leaving your kids in hot cars. Obviously very dangerous even when it's not this hot, even more so as we are cranking up the thermostat even more over the next couple of days. Reporting live in Roanoke, Jonathan Kegas, WSLS 10.